Hello friend, this is Ryan Hicks of TaughtToProfit.com. Today I want to talk to you about how profits are better than wages. Earl Shoaff, who was Jim Rohn's mentor, had that quote, that profits were better than wages. This is a well-known maxim across the world for many centuries, that it's better to earn from your own business or from profits than from your own labor. This does not mean that if you're working for someone else, you need to go out and quit your job and start a business. Many people are not built for that. Doesn't mean you're not good at what you do, but running a business takes a very different set of skills that you can learn, but sometimes it's best to learn those skills either going and working for someone else or in other ways, reading a bunch of books, learning from courses and things of that nature before you jump into running your own business. Because an old saying is that when you become your own boss, you're your own worst boss. And this is true for so many people. They'll start their own business, they'll quit their jobs, they'll sit at home, and they can't get themselves motivated. Meanwhile, when they worked for someone else, they were diligent, they were hard workers, they were great performers. But when it came to work for themselves, they just couldn't get themselves going. It seemed like they were always distracted. There's always something else to do that took them away from their goals in their business. Diligence is hard to enact when you don't have someone else looking over your shoulder, so to speak, in the form of a boss or someone you report to. So when you're your own boss, you don't have anyone to tell you what you need to do that day, how you need to do it, why you need to do it. These are all things you have to figure out for yourself, and many people cannot handle that. Then you may say, what if I can't handle it? What if I can't be a business owner and a boss? What should I do then? How can I make profits? This is where you can make profits. You can still be an employee and work for someone else. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can use your money for wise investments. Look at how many people are saving up money not for business investments, not for wise financial decisions, but for vacations every year, for new cars, for clothes, for all these useless things that you don't absolutely have to have. I'm not saying you shouldn't get any of those things, but the reality is too many people are just living in the moment and they're trying to entertain themselves, and there's no long-term planning at all. And there's no thought for the future. It's just whatever today. Oh, I got to get my... And the future, if there is any planning, is for entertainment. It's for splurging. It's for spending money, not for using money wisely and circulating it back to you, having your money go out and work for you. Most people are not doing that. And no, putting your money in a savings account is not having your money work for you. That's having your money rot away and actually lose value, because there's no way you're getting enough interest from your savings account to recover the loss you're getting from inflation and the various things going on in the market that affect the dollar's value. So profits being better than wages, that's an obvious thing, because you can generate profits without actually working. For example, if you invest in a cryptocurrency, that's a popular thing today. I've been invested in cryptocurrencies for many years now. But if you were invested in a cryptocurrency, that could have your money working for you, because it could be gaining value each and every day, and it's not requiring any effort on your part. Once you made the initial investment, it is working for you. And so your profits you're generating, the capital gains on that investment, that's better than wages. If you will stop and think and look at the opportunities you have available to you, because you have many available to you, you just don't see them, there are plenty of opportunities to invest your money or your time, doesn't always have to be money, and get a return from it. Get a valuable return where you can earn profit and not just wages. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with wages, but profits are definitely better than wages. That is a truth. Because you could be going to your regular work where you earn wages, and yet your money is over here earning profit for you each and every day. And you don't have to do anything about it. You can check on it, but you don't have to do anything. And that's not to get in the mindset of, oh, I don't want to work ever. I just want to have my money working for me and I'll just sit back. No. Not talking about that kind of mindset. But a mindset to where you use money in a valuable way and you see the value in it and you see how it can work for you and earn you money. So while maybe you do not become an entrepreneur, you do not start your own business, you could still have your money work for you. You can invest in things. You can invest in other people's businesses and get a return from that, profits from that, without having to manage a business or know how to manage a business at all. There are many ways you can turn your money and your effort and your time into profit that will generate profit regularly for you without you having to continue to put more into it. That's where the real key is. If you go work for wages, say hourly wages or even weekly wages, whatever it may be, if you stop going to work, your wages stop. But if you have an investment and it's generating profit, it keeps generating profit. You do not have to continue to do something in order to make it generate that profit. Now, if you start a business, obviously you may have to be involved in the business and the daily activities in that, but that is still something you have control over. Working for someone else, even if you do show up all the time, what if they go out of business? What if they have to lay you off? What if they don't have any more work for you? There are all kinds of variables where those wages could cease, and yet the profits you are gaining could continue if you make wise decisions, if you look for the opportunities and take them when you have them. If you maybe push off some of that entertainment and relaxation and all these things that people want and desire, and if you could put that off a little bit and use your money in a wise way to invest and then bring in profits, then you could pay for all the vacations you ever want. One good investment could pay for all those things you've been saving for. But too often people are just thinking, well, I got to save for my vacation. You know, we go on this family vacation every year. Why do you do that? What is the real objective you're trying to get out of that family vacation? Closeness with your family, an enjoyable experience? Well, maybe that's not even the real motives. Maybe you do it just because you think you have to. Have you asked anyone in the rest of the family if that's really what they want to do? Have you explained to them, and we can invest in this thing over here, and in 5 years we'll have this much money from it, and we can pay for this? And there could be other things that your family may actually like more than that vacation, but you haven't even asked them. You haven't even broached the subject because it's just a tradition you're doing. Maybe your family did that growing up as a kid, so you went on vacations every year, so you just think you have to go on vacations every year. That's what families do. And understand, I'm not telling you you have to stop vacationing. But I do see that many people waste all their money from the year that they've saved up on these kind of things like a vacation. And very few people are saving up for investments. Very few people are using money in a wise way so it will come back to them. Circulating money, having money go out there and work for them and bring back more money to them. You don't get that going on vacation. Now see, here's the thing. If you're a business owner, you could go on vacation. Go on vacation, take some of the time on the vacation to meet with a vendor, buy some products, and actually pay for the entire vacation while on the vacation. There are ways to do both things. You do not have to give up some luxuries of life in order to have profit coming into your life. But you do have to change your mentality. This rest and relaxation mentality that many people have, and they do it every single 52 weeks a year. They're on vacations basically because the weekends are a little mini vacation. They don't work on Saturdays or Sundays or whatever their days off may be from their work. And the individual who's working 6 days a week, they're getting 52 more days a year worth of work in compared to you. You think you're going to outdo them? You think you're going to make more profit than they will? Absolutely not. You need to have the right mentality toward money, toward the gift of life you've been given, and using your life in the best way you possibly can and get the most benefit out of it you possibly can. Do you think God created you so you could just barely get by, barely do anything, always have problems, always be struggling, always have issues, and then be following the plan that everyone else has followed in the past and they got mediocre results from it? Look around you. If you're doing what most other people are doing, then you're doing something wrong. The people who generate real value in the world, who create great things in the world, aren't doing what everyone else is doing. They're doing things very differently because they actually think about what they're doing, think about how to get the most out of their efforts, and then they go do it. It's easy to write down plans and have all these great ideas, but if you don't actually do anything, you'll never get anywhere. So get out there today. You don't have to start a business, but look for opportunities to invest your money. And if you don't have any money, look for ways to invest your time to get money to invest, or to invest your time in order to get an investment. You know, there are houses all over the place that are really worn down, but they'll say, no down payment, just come in and fix it up. They call it sweat equity. You come in, you fix up the house, you put your efforts in there, your time into it, and then you start making payments on it. So you could get a house, flip the house and sell it and make profit with no money because you invested your own time and your effort into rehabbing the house. I'm not telling you to go do that. You have to research and decide what you want to do. But there are many opportunities out there, even if you have no money at all. There are plenty of opportunities available for you. Do not think you're lacking and limited and you can't do these things. There are plenty of opportunities for each and every person if you'll only open yourself up to look for the opportunities. They're there. You're just not seeing them. But they're absolutely there. Each and every day you're probably passing some opportunity that you don't even recognize. And so if you have an idea, write it down. I don't care if it's crazy, it seems ridiculous, write it down and then examine it. Could this idea work? Is this idea to open a beauty salon? Is it to do this? Is it to open a dog washing or a dog walking business? Or is it to invest in something? Whatever it is, write it down and consider it. Ponder it, think about it. Maybe that's a good idea. But you'll never know if you don't start taking some action and actually considering the opportunities that are approaching you and abundantly available to you. You don't have to take every one of them, but there's going to be some that are going to be perfect for you, and they're going to require very little money, maybe none, and you can get in and start making some profit today. My friend, remember, profit is better than wages. May God bless you richly.